Yo, that didn't start off right. Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Moji, and we are back again with some more Call of Duty gameplay story time, another Navy boot camp story time. But today, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try to go and tell a story all the way through. No cuts, no nothing, just raw. Let's see if I can do it in 10 minutes, maybe a little shorter than that. But first things first, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Anyway, today, the Fennec, we got Damascus. All right, like I said, you know, it's a little thing we do around here. We get Damascus. Don't look for obsidian because it's never gonna happen. Literally, one weapon is Damascus or obsidian, but the rest is gonna be Damascus. So there goes the Fennec Damascus. We just gonna hop into some. Oh, I guess they updated. So we got dirty old houseboat, bomb. And same, we'll play some dirty houseboat while I try to tell a story. So today, as you see, it's been kind of a trend. I've been telling some Navy boot camp stories, and I have them for days, so they're not gonna stop. But today, I'm gonna talk about the time that I got yelled at in formation when we were doing a uniform inspection. So, kind of goes in two pieces, because one part's about me and one part's about somebody else, because it was great. So, while this is loading up, I got this print. Man, I forgot. I got to do it in one take. Let me not get sidetracked. All right, so boom. In boot camp, you have dress inspections. Dress inspection, basically, you end up putting on a uniform, whether it's your dress whites, you know, the one that kind of makes us look like the average sailor, a sailor. I don't know what else to call it. And then you got your blue ones that make you kind of look like the Cracker Jacks dude on the little candy. So you got both of those. So I think this day we were wearing our dress whites. So we were wearing the little Cracker Jack dress whites or whatever. And after that, we're sitting there, and I'm like, all right, cool. This isn't it. It's already is. So focus. One take. All right, we got this. So you have to wear the dress uniform. So when you wear the dress uniform, you have somebody come by and they inspect you. They just basically look you up and down, see if you look like a bag of ass, and basically tell you what you did wrong with your uniform, right? So we have this chief comes in. Chief is basically a higher ranking person in the Navy, E7 if you want to get real technical with it. So they end up coming from a different division, because your same division doesn't inspect you. It's always somebody else from a different division. So chief comes in there and they go one by one. They look you down, look you up and down, and basically just try. They are looking for you to have something wrong with you. And because of that, something's always going to be wrong with you. Like, there's nothing you can do. Something will always be wrong with you. So the chief comes in and she's looking at everybody, and then I see her coming around. Now, I'm in boot camp, right? In boot camp, you haven't seen, like, you see your fellow females that are doing, but for the most part, you don't see the females, so it's been a minute. So, Chief, she was a female, and she was a thicker female at that. So she's walking around, and I'm peeping. Hey, not even lying, I'm peeping. She's thick. So I'm looking, and I was like, all right, cool, let me make sure she's not paying too close of attention to me, because I'm gonna end up getting in trouble. So I'm looking, I'm like, all right, that chief, don't look at me, but keep walking around because I'm trying to look at you, right? So then I end up looking too hard, so kind of something caught her attention that I might have been looking too hard. So she kind of looks at me, but then ends up looking back. So because she does that, I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm gonna end up having to worry about her worrying about me. So she comes around to me and she ends up looking me up and down. She's like, blah, 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 asking me questions. They ask you questions that you're supposed to answer, like just basic, I wouldn't even say basic military knowledge, because it's stuff that you forget later on anyways. So I'm like, all right. So she's asking me all these questions and I'm answering them, and then she goes to the left or right. I don't remember fully. But either way, I'm like, oh, so she got that fat. So I look. She knew I was going to look. Remember, she seen me already looking her way. So because of that, I end up looking a little too long and too hard. And she calls me out in front of everybody. She's like, recruit. keep your eyes in front of your face. Oh, it is perfect because my game ended up crashing anyway. So she's like, recruit, keep your eyes in front, blah, blah, blah. And then she said something else, and then I stayed quiet. And she was like, did you hear me? I was like, yes, chief. So then I'm embarrassed. I'm over here standing at attention. You just basically just standing straight. And I'm looking at standing at attention. I'm like, man, I don't know what else to do. So she calls me out. She keeps going, and then she circles back around. So she ends up bouncing, right? And that's when our RDCs, the drill sergeants or whatever you want to call them, they end up coming in. So they end up coming in, and of course, you know, they already said everything to them. So they come in, they start chewing us out. Chewing us out just means they just yapping off at the mouth. They cussing us out, etc., etc. Well, one guy had a beard. So in the military, you need a no-shave chip. And in boot camp, you definitely need a no-shave chip. In the regular military, low-key, you don't really need a no-shave chip. If you have like a darker skin complexion, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna just think that you already have one. So they're not gonna question you. And they just feel like everyone that didn't shave automatically has one on them. I don't know why it kicked me all the way back out. So because of that, he needed his on him. So because he didn't have one on him, he ended up having to scratch. So he needed one on him. So when the chief ended up coming around, he didn't have it on him. So of course, you know, she went back and told. And before we started inspection, they literally said, if you have a no shave chip, make sure it's on you, make sure it's on you, make sure it's on you. Obviously he didn't have it. So his excuse when she was coming around was it was in his other jumper top. So they come back in there and they start yelling at him, and he kind of freezes up. It was a tall, lanky little black dude. He starts freezing up and he's like, yes, petty officer, yes, petty officer. And they were like, what are you saying yes to? I haven't even asked you anything. He was like, I just know you about to yell at me, so yes, petty officer, I did it. And then they were like, why didn't you have your no shave chip? And he was like, well, I did, but it was in a different jumper. They were like, why'd you change jumpers? He was like, I don't know. And just kind of looked around. So because he said that, and he was just being goofy about it, the dude next to him started laughing. So because he started laughing, they automatically went over to the guy that's laughing. So they start tuning him out. So he's trying to straighten back up. But because he was laughing, it just started a domino effect. Then he started laughing, then this other dude started laughing. Then because he was laughing, this other dude started laughing. And it was only about 4 or 5 of us. And, you know, I'm seeing people laugh, and I already got chewed out. So now I'm laughing. So now they just get all 5 of us on the toe line. So it was basically, in boot camp on the floor, there's like this black line. And if you get in trouble, they tell you to put your toes on the line. Literally just like the tip of your boots. And then they beat you, quote unquote, like make you do physical training or whatever. And they're sitting us beating them, and the dude that caused all of it, he won't do any push or 8 counts. We were doing 8 counts. He won't do 8 counts. And they were like, why can't you do them? He's like, because I slipped last time. They were like, all right, so keep running. So he literally, wearing our dress uniform, right, and the little white one, running around constantly. He's running around while we're doing 8 counts and push-ups and sit-ups and stuff, and he's just running. So then they were like, all right, y'all are good. They kept making him run. And then they told him to start singing. This man legit started singing some Lil Wayne song that was a rap song, but he ended up singing it. I want to say it might have been Lollipop, or what was another Lil Wayne song that was popular at the time? Because I remember when I went into boot camp, it was around the time, I think No Ceilings came out, because I remember them playing I'm Single. I don't know the rest of the song. I just remember they were playing that song. So he had us run around and he was singing, and then finally they ended up telling him to stop. And yeah, we were all just ruined our dress white uniforms. And then because they made us ruin them, they got mad at us because we ruined them, even though we only ruined them because they made us ruin them. If that makes sense. So after that, we ended up having to stay up, do laundry or whatever, and because we had to do laundry, we had to grab everybody else's dress uniform, and everybody had to end up taking all their stuff to the laundry, or the laundromats in there, and there was like people designated to do laundry, and that was us. So we just ended up knocking out the laundry or whatever.
Domination.
Enemies close.
And
control the objectives.
Yeah, that was pretty much it about that. Now, let's see how many times I can die in Call of Duty. This part's gonna be edited.
I see.
They control. C. We've got Alpha. Bravo, go.
That's it. That's everything that I have for you guys. Thank you guys once again for viewing and clicking and running up the sub count. Like I said, I try to do this video with very minimal edits on the story time at least. I don't know why I keep burping. I'm gonna get off the mic, so drop a like and I'll see you on the next one. So bye.